Hey guys, May the 4th be with you. I hope everyone's enjoying the beautiful weather as we inch closer to the summer season. And in honor of this special holiday for all Star Wars fans, today I'm discussing, in my opinion, the most entertaining Star Wars movie, Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. Now before you jump in that comment section and try to tell me why I'm wrong, we must establish something. There's a major difference between entertaining and best. According to their Google definitions, best is defined as of the most excellent, effective, or desirable type or quality, whereas entertaining is defined as providing amusement or enjoyment. So now that that's been established, let me make it known that I don't think Episode 3 is the best quality Star Wars movie. That's reserved for either A New Hope or The Empire Strikes Back. And it's not really that close. No films touch those two. But admittedly, neither movie is the most rewatchable or entertaining in Star Wars. I can't just throw them on again and again like I can with Revenge of the Sith. And here's exactly why I think Star Wars Episode 3 is the most entertaining Star Wars movie. I say this a lot, and I have no problem saying it again. The action in Revenge of the Sith is the best we've had in the Star Wars franchise, right next to The Mandalorian. And at the forefront of Episode 3's action are numerous lightsaber duels, led by the best one of the franchise, Anakin vs. Obi-Wan. A tragic battle between a former master and his Padawan. The other duels that really stand out to me are Anakin and Obi-Wan vs. Count Dooku, and Yoda vs. the Emperor. Plus, Obi-Wan vs. Grievous and Mace vs. Palpatine are also fun, even despite a few meme-worthy moments. The overabundance of duels is all I could ever ask for out of a Star Wars movie. So many people complained about a lack of great duels in the new trilogy, so going back to watch Episode 3 every single year warms my heart since it does just about everything us Star Wars fans asked for. It's also important to note that these duels weren't just practiced one time before shooting. The actors spent multiple weeks, even months, preparing to make these duels look legit. You can tell they spent a ton of time trying to perfect these sequences, and whoever was behind the choreography for these duels, you are a legend. Every time I revisit the lightsaber duels in Revenge of the Sith, it makes me want more. I need properly choreographed lightsaber duels once again in the Star Wars universe. Episode 3 reminds us how much potential there is for future lightsaber duels, and unfortunately, Disney has barely done anything about the fans' requests for more lightsaber action. Dark storytelling is what makes Episode 3 such a compelling piece in the Star Wars franchise, as its story may be the darkest in the series. Nothing really compares to Anakin going from the savior of the galaxy to the galaxy's biggest enemy. It's really hard to argue otherwise, especially with this. Revenge of the Sith was the story everyone waited to see from the moment the prequels were announced. And even if the movie isn't perfect, because believe me, it's not, it still has its emotionally satisfying moments that intrigue me more and more with every watch. Like for instance, this scene right here hits home time and time again, as well as this one. Dang, Ian McDiarmid really sells it in this scene. And throughout all of Revenge of the Sith, we get good scenes like this. Personally, I don't think there is a single dull moment in the movie. The beginning is jam-packed with excitement, where Anakin and Obi-Wan are sent on a rescue mission during the Battle of Coruscant, and directly after that, it becomes a game of chess. The Jedi are on to Palpatine and feels he's up to no good. On the other hand, we learn of Palpatine's dark plot to turn Anakin against the Jedi, and this is all from the perspective of the main character, Anakin. As a whole, the movie makes the most of what could otherwise be really boring. It could strictly be politics like in Episode 1, but nah. We've grown from that. We're older now. This is PG-13 Star Wars. It's cinematic gold from a writing standpoint. Not as much with the dialogue, but the story at hand and how every scene is executed within that story. Of course then, after all the Palpatine stuff is over with him trying to turn Anakin, we get the movie's most heartbreaking sequences as well as some of the franchise's best lightsaber duels. There isn't a single moment of downtime in Revenge of the Sith. Not one. It's constantly moving and never once gets boring. I can't say there isn't at least one slower paced scene in episodes 4 or 5. Because there are a few, but not in Episode 3. This is how Star Wars should be. Lightsaber action and dark turns are always fun, but looking back, I mostly appreciate this film because it brings us back to one of the most exciting time periods in Star Wars lore. As a matter of fact, all of the prequels do. It's clear that fans love the Jedi, and this is the movie where they're on display the most. Watching the final ride between Obi-Wan and Anakin sometimes brings tears to my eyes. The same goes for guys like Mace and Yoda. These guys are awesome. I wish we could see more from these versions of these characters. If the movie had dull characters, I would not be invested. And of course, I cannot forget about Palpatine, one of cinema's greatest bad guys. This is the movie where Ian McDiarmid shines the most as the iconic villain. But while McDiarmid is phenomenal here, I personally think the movie is well acted all around. Nobody else gets enough credit. You have to admit that Hayden Christensen is better in this movie. His portrayal of Anakin feels so real when he's interacting with Obi-Wan. There is a lot of good back and forth leading to some laughs, which is another element that makes Star Wars fun. Humor. George did a terrific job with placing the humor in this movie. The opening is comedy heavy, and as the film progresses, there is less and less, giving the audience a real shift in tone from lighter to dark. It's perfect. I wouldn't want it done any other way. Everything about episode 3 is simply fun. I have a great time with this movie whenever it's on my screen. It's up there for one of my highest viewed films, and there's a reason for that. I hope one day soon we can get something similar to this movie in the Star Wars franchise, with updated effects of course. Ever since Revenge of the Sith, fans have wanted more lightsaber duels, dark themes, and just want to have an overall blast while in the theater. That's how I view this film, and hopefully soon they can replicate this insanely fun recipe. Thanks to all who watched this video. Once again, I wish you all a happy May the 4th, and of course, if you're new here, definitely hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on when you do, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Now go grab some popcorn and throw on episode 3 to celebrate today's holiday. Yes, really.